Hello. Alright, so real quick, before I even start this video, yes, I know Adobe Animate is dying. It's legit on a lifeline for the time being, and that isn't too great, but you know, not my problem, not my worry. I don't gotta stress about it. So I feel for the rest of you animators. I feel for you, but we'll move on. We'll be fine. It'll be alright. Alright. Yeah, but good luck to you guys. But if you still use Flipper Clip, your pain and suffering is not deserved. Genuinely, get a better app, please. $10 is all you need. Yeah, but we're gonna move on to the actual video. So middle school is fucking hell. Most of you know this, because I know for a fact most of you are in middle school. I mean, my school knows about my YouTube channel. A couple of my friends have pointed it out to me. It's whatever. I know most of you guys are in middle school. Or if you want to be weird like my school is, junior high. That's stupid as fuck, by the way. My school, instead of calling it middle school, you know, like every other county ever, this place decided, no, we're gonna call it junior high. It's whatever, but yeah, middle school sucks. So I'm gonna tell you three main stories from my middle school years. But on to the first story. You know how there was like just a really big snowstorm? Well, that's a good segue, because in 6th grade there was a massive ice storm. Like, I lived on a hill. I was on the one hill in our neighborhood that didn't make sense. Like, it was slope down, random hill, slope down, slow slope up to make the rest of the hill. It was weird. But because of that, all the wind and ice and water and humidification stuff slammed onto that hill and turned it into an icy death trap for anyone who wasn't a dumb 12-year-old that wanted to slide down it with a boogie board. No, I'm gonna be so real. I had a path and everything. What I would do is I would walk out from the front door, take like 12 steps or so to the right, get on the boogie board, slide down, jump up over a rock, land on the icy driveway, slide, and then come back down to a slow at the very bottom. You have no idea how overly fun that was. It should not have been as fun as it was, but it was great. I think I got one of my friends to watch me do it, but they didn't do it because they weren't a dumbass. But that was probably the best snow days of my life. Alright, so 7th grade, I straight up skipped school. Alright, context, this is one of those days where you go to school, do one thing, do nothing else for the whole day, and then go home. And because of that, legit, everyone was being checked out after this thing happened. There was no other reason to be at school that day. And obviously, I wasn't trying to stay there. I texted my dad trying to get him to pick me up. No response. Whatever, it's fine. Then I realized there's a door from my classroom and the cafeteria. There's a door that leads right outside in that hallway. I form a very sneaky plan of just, when we're done eating, walk out the cafeteria, go outside that door, and just walk home. Yeah, shockingly, this worked flawlessly. Yeah, but I just walked home for like 30 minutes or so. It's pretty chill. Yeah, but don't do that. Seriously, don't do that. You might get hit. If my route, I could have gotten hit by a car. Also, I forgot to mention this. While I was legit in the middle of skipping school, cars were stopping and just letting me pass by, which I find so funny. I'm pretty sure it was high school students that were also leaving. So, mutual agreement of school fucking sucks, I'm gonna go home. Which, honestly, student mentality. Alright, so in 8th grade, I brought a whole skateboard to school. Alright, real quick, it was one of those half days. It was Thursday. It was a Thursday right before we left school for fall break. I remember it so clearly. And because of this, no one was doing anything. No one cared. We were doing what we wanted. We were even allowed to run around to a few different classrooms. And so, because of this, I brought my skateboard to school. I mean, why not? I can mess around on it. Yeah, alright. They were selling popcorn in the front office, and my friends are gonna go get some. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me come with you. And I decided to bring my skateboard with me because I don't trust the kids in my class. I feel like a couple of them would actually steal my board, and I'd get blamed because they'd get hurt, and I don't want that. So I brought it with me, and I was riding it in the hallway. A little dumb, but to be fair, I was going pretty slow, like little slower than walking speed. The principal appears behind me, yells at me. He has to yell at me twice, and I don't hear him the first time. I get off my board and just hold it, and we stop at the front waiting for them to put the popcorn out. He comes up to me, grabs my board, like yanks it from me, and then just leaves in the front office till the end of the day. Like, I should have had to confirm with him that he'd give it back to me because I wasn't entirely sure. And here's the thing, I think the reason he was so ticked off by it is because there's been rumors going around that he was bullied when he was in our grade, and given how he looks like SpongeBob with those nerdy ass glasses, that makes a lot of sense that he'd be stressed out about a basic white boy with a skateboard. Something about that must have hit a little too close to home for him, but you know, I digress. Testing. Hello, you've made it to the end card of my first actually good storytime video. I know some of the points of animation were a little bit off, and some points might have felt a little weird, but that's just because I'm getting used to this animation rig and how I'm going to make videos. Yeah. Subscribe or something. You've been here long enough. Just subscribe already. Just subscribe. Subscribe. What? Why aren't you subscribed? Get your dumb ass on the subscribe button. No!